Good afternoon, guys. It is May 19th, 2022. In this video here, I want to explain a few reasons why modern appliances suck. Now, you know my dislike for new appliances and new design. Now, I'm not totally against everything, but when it becomes overly complicated, that's what I don't like. Like, for example, this is somewhat electronic. This is our oven here. But it's been pretty reliable. Never had a problem with it. And I believe this stove is a 2002. So it's about 20 years old, so it's been reliable. But the problem I have with most of your modern appliances that include a lot of this is they have way too much going on rather than the simple stuff. And just to buy this piece alone on most modern stoves is like $450 or more. That is outrageous. That is ridiculous. I would not be happy about that to replace something after 5 years or whatever. And, you know, what's wrong with the simple switches of, you know, turning it on and off? You know, we've got all this technology that's being crammed into these things, and you're just asking for trouble with most of this stuff. Now, I'm not saying that all of this is bad. This has been very reliable. If it is reliable and it works, that's fine. But if it's gonna be problematic, then you really need to watch out for that, you know? And the only thing we actually had to do was replace the element in this oven, so far. I don't know what else has been done to it. The stove was here when we got the house, 7 years ago. But, you know, here's another example. Dishwashers. Okay? There is absolutely no reason for a dishwasher to be complicated. None whatsoever. You have your cycles, few options here, couple buttons and selector switches, and your knobs. These are really reliable. So, never had even the slightest issue with this dishwasher. And it runs like a champ. So, my whole point when I talk about appliances, keep it simple. When I say keep it simple, I mean keep it simple. I'm not saying that to be a jerk and say, oh, well, you know, it just, you know, having fancy stuff is wrong. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the less complicated things are, the less likely there is to be problems. Now, there can still be problems with simple designs like this, don't get me wrong, but it's more likely that these mechanical designs are going to outlive these electronic designs. And, I want you to think about this. I would much rather have a machine that uses more water or more of something that lasts, 30 years than have something that uses very little that only lasts 2 years. That's just the way I see it. I mean, there is no sense in having something so-called efficient on utilities if it is not going to be reliable, if it is not going to last, if it is not going to serve you, if it is not going to be able to be repaired. Period. There's just no reason for it. And while we're on the topic of dishwashers, I've seen modern dishwashers that take up to 2 to 3 hours just to run a cycle, compared to 45 minutes to 1 hour on the old dishwashers. How is that efficient? I want to know that. I demand answers with that one. This is just something that I think about, because honestly, if dishwashers are just going to be crap, I'm just going to be going back to the old standard of hand washing dishes that your grandma did for your entire life. That's just what I'm going to do, because, it's a waste of my time, it's a waste of my money, and it's not efficient. I'm sorry. It's just not worth it. So, anyway, I just wanted to do this video just to kind of explain some of what I see with modern appliances, and this is just a testimony to show you how long these have lasted us, because they do last quite a while. They hold up for a real long time. I mean, I'd see appliances that are from the 90s that are still going perfectly compared to, appliances that are like from the 2010s that are already having major issues. It just doesn't make any sense to me. We are taking a step backwards when we have shorter lifespans and more problems. It's not a step forward. It's not a step in the right direction. We're stepping backwards. So, anyway, that's a little spiel on appliances. And I'm just showing you some appliances that are solid, because I've talked about it, and some people just want to argue with me. And, dude, this is what I'm talking about here. Simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It really doesn't. Because as long as it gets the job done, and it's reliable, and it lasts a long time, that's all I care about. At the end of the day, I really don't give a darn about efficiency if it's not going to last and it's not going to be reliable. Period. So, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.